Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. My name is Jake. Welcome back to the channel. The subject of today's video is the British Army Technical Selections Test, or the TST for short. Now, I want to apologise for the delay in getting this video out to you guys. I know it's taken quite a long time since actually promising it from about mid-September, quite a few weeks ago now, but I've got a little bit of time today, this morning. It's a beautiful morning and today is as good a day as ever. But before we get started, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that's watched my videos over the last 6 to 7 months. The reaction I've got to the channel has been nothing but fantastic. Thank you to anybody that has subscribed, watched, liked, commented. I could not have imagined when I started the channel just how successful it would have become. Views are going up, subscribers are going up, and my biggest worry was that my videos wouldn't reach the target audience, the people like you watching who it was intended for, like me that want to join the army. So I'm really happy that YouTube has done its job. So with that in mind, if you're new to the channel, why not stick around and subscribe? I don't just do army videos, I do fitness videos, although admittedly not many recently. And I'm also now considering branching out into video games. Some of you who keep an eye on the channel on a regular basis may have seen 1 or 2 videos from Football Manager go up on the channel. They no longer exist, they have been deleted. I had some technical issues, I had to take them down. We live and learn. I learn from my mistakes, and hopefully once I've got a bit more tech savvy with the software I've got at my disposal, those videos will eventually return. So then, the Technical Selections Test, or the TST for short. What is it? Who needs to do it? And how do you prepare? Well, in short, it is a GCSE maths exam. 55 questions, 45 minutes, multiple choice. A calculator is provided. Easy. So the questions range roughly in terms of difficulty from GCSE level 7, level 8, which I believe in old money is in A grade, all the way down to level 5 or 4, which is a C/D. So there is a wide range of questions involved in the TST. So if you're not a maths genius like yours truly, don't worry, because there will be questions on that paper that you will know. Now, there are a few videos out there on YouTube, and there's a few websites that provide information about the TST. However, I don't really rate them all that much. I've sat the TST, I know what it's about, so trust me when I say to you, I've got a trusting face, trust me when I say that everything that I'm going to tell you in this video is 100% fact, alright, and from first account experience. I'm not saying disregard anything you know or have been told beforehand. All I'm saying is this is coming literally straight from the horse's mouth. Now, I'm not going to drop names or call anybody out on YouTube for making any kind of misinformation or misleading videos about the TST, but there is one in particular that I watched prior to going to my assessment event that really got me worried, because it made me feel like I would need a degree in rocket science in order to pass. You don't. So who needs to do the TST? Well, the answer to that is actually everybody. The test is open to everybody to do. It is not compulsory, unlike the BARB test, okay, which is compulsory. The TST is voluntary. You can choose to do it, but I encourage you to do it because it will open up all these job opportunities that maybe beforehand you'd not considered. That being said, the TST is compulsory if you're applying for a technical role like me. So if you're applying to join the Royal Engineers, the REME, the Signals, or the RLC as an ammunition technician, you will need to sit the TST. Now, the pass marks for those trades within those CAT badges varies. Some are as low as 16 out of 55. I think the maximum is 30 out of 55, and that is for the ammunition technician trade. So if you hit 30 in your TST, you've pretty much opened up every trade the army has to offer. I actually scored 42 on my TST, not blow my own trumpet, but actually I was really surprised at that. because like I say, I'm not great at maths, but you don't need to be. What you need to do is put in planning and preparation beforehand. So I'll give you an example of what I just mentioned there. I've applied to join the Royal Engineers as an electrician / plumber. It comes under their technical bracket of trades, if you like. There's a few other trades within that sort of umbrella, but for me, my personal choice would be electrician or plumber. And for an electrician's trade, the score that you need on the TST is 25, which is actually less than half marks. Now you start to understand that, all of a sudden the TST looks a little bit less daunting. In fact, if we go a little bit further down the list, heating and plumbing requires a score of 23, which is more than achievable. So just to repeat and reiterate, if you are applying for a technical role within the Royal Engineers, the Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers, the REME, the Royal Signals, or as an ammunition technician within the Royal Logistics Corps, you will need to do the TST. So how do you prepare yourself for the TST? Well, I'd like to think it's kind of self-explanatory, because you just need to revise for it. Now, if you're an elderly gentleman or lady, not like an OAP, I made it seem like you're like an OAP with a walking stick. No, I mean, like, you know, late 20s, early 30s, as in not been at school for a long time. I probably should have said that first. So basically, if you are in your late 20s, early 30s, and you haven't been at school or looked at a GCSE maths workbook for many, many years, you're going to want to put in the time and the effort to revise. And you can do that with some revision aids. You've got BBC Bitesize. By the way, links to all these websites and these revision aids will be in the description box below. So we've got BBC Bitesize. I'm pretty sure most people would have heard of the BBC or BBC Bitesize. It's a really good resource actually, and it covers things from foundation level all the way up to a little bit more advanced maths, and it's free. You've also got a website that is really good called Corbett Maths. Again, I will provide links in the description below. Again, that is a completely free resource, and that goes from foundation level maths all the way up, I think, to like A-level maths. So it encompasses a lot, like a wide range of maths for you to brush up on. The third thing that you can do to brush up on your maths is to buy yourself an AQA maths workbook. You can get them off Amazon. You probably buy it in a local bookshop or something. They're quite cheap. They're about £3 or £4. I will, if you like, I can. Oh, well, I will. I'll link them into the box description box below. And not that I'm endorsed in any way by Amazon or AQA. But if anybody from Amazon or AQA is watching, then, you know, give me a call. The AQA workbooks are separated though. It's not just one book. If you want the foundation book, it is a separate book to the advanced book. So again, but they're only like £3 or £4 each. So it might be worth just buying both, because it's always good if you're out and about. Say you're on a train, you don't really want to be looking at your phone. It's good to get a book out and just do a little bit of revision there. So when it comes to revision, what subcategories within the mathematical spectrum do you need to focus on? Fancy words there. Did I even mention I got a level 8 A star in English? You want to be looking at whole number division. I'm going to read this off a piece of paper because there's quite a lot. So bear with us. Number 1, whole number division, decimal addition, decimal subtraction, decimal multiplication, decimal division, fraction addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, fraction conversion, metric unit conversion, averages, ratios, proportion and scale, percentages, arithmetic progression, standard form, significant figures, volume, breath, simultaneous equations, factorization, area angles, transposition, graphical interpretation, prefixes, indices and precedence. Quite a lot. 28 subcategories that will turn up on your TST. And that ranges, like I said, from level 5, 4, all the way up to level 7, 8 at GCSE level maths. It's not easy, but it's not hard either. So on the screen now, there should be some potential questions that you will not encounter I promise you, you will not encounter these questions. These are the questions. I went on a website prior to going to my assessment event, and I just googled British Army TST blah blah blah, and this took me to a website that wanted to sell me a workbook or some online resources for quite a sum, about 40 odd quid. All right, and the practice questions were these. Honestly, just no. If these questions had appeared on my TST exam, I would not have scored a single point. I'm telling you now. So it was a few months ago now when I actually sat the TST, so I can't actually remember word for word questions that you're going to encounter. But it is something along the lines of, so it's military based, the terminology. So you may be out on patrol, it starts to rain, your jacket weighs 2 kilograms. It now weighs 2.5 kilograms because of the water that is absorbed through the rain. How much of a percentage increase is that? All right, so you would think, right, okay, it's 0.5, isn't it, on top of the 2 already. So you'd work out whatever that is. It's like a 25% increase because 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. Does that make sense? I think that's just off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure that's a 25% increase. Again, don't take my word for it, revise. That's the sort of thing that you're going to encounter, and that's kind of like at the lower end, that's on the easier end. You will get algebra, okay? You will get trigonometry, but I don't know trigonometry, I'm useless at trigonometry, so I kind of just guessed those questions. I'm alright at algebra. Some algebra questions can get tricky. The ones that include standard form, it's very tricky. But if you, again, planning, preparation prevents, etc, 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 put the time in, you'll be fine. And remember, you don't need to get full marks. So the last little bit of advice that I can give to you prior to you going and sitting your TST, other than what I've already given you about revision and prepping, is when you actually go there and you sit down and you go into your little booth and you get given your pen and your paper and your workbook, and you're working through it, do the questions that you know the answers to first. So don't go in there with a linear mindset and think, right, I'll just do questions 1 to 55. Flick through it. Spend the first 2-3 minutes of your time that you've got just flicking through. Have a read of some of the questions. If you know the answers, on your multiple choice tick sheet, just fill it in. All right, and then by the time you've got through it all, so that might mean you might start, for argument's sake, at question 49, then go to question 32, whatever. If you know the answers to them, get them done. And then you can spend more time figuring out the questions that you're unfamiliar with or that you might need a little bit of brain power for. It'll also probably make you feel a little bit better, because if there's, say there's 20 questions on there that you 100% know the answer to, and you can quickly do it and fill it out in quick time, then you know in the back of your mind, well, I've already got 20 marks here in my back pocket. I might only need 2, 3, 4, whatever more in order to unlock that trade that I want so badly. So that's something to consider. If you don't want to do that, don't do that. We'll just work from 1 to 55. It's just something for you to consider going forward. So to summarise today's video, the Technical Selections Test, the TST, is a GCSE Foundation/Advanced Maths test. 55 marks, multiple choice, and you have 45 minutes in which to complete the test. The test is not compulsory unless you're going for a technical role within the Royal Engineers, the REME, the Royal Signals, or the ammunition technician trade within the Royal Logistics Corps. As we've mentioned, the questions are similar to a GCSE exam, and revision aids like BBC Bitesize, Corbett Maths, or an AQA revision book will stand you in good stead as you prepare to do your TST. And that is pretty much all I've got for you, guys and girls. I hope you found this informative. I hope maybe it's going to help some people. Certainly if somebody had done a video similar to this for me prior to my TST, it would have put my mind at rest. Because honestly, some of the stuff I saw online and on YouTube, it really got me worried. Because I was thinking, well, I don't know this. relax. I'm not lying to you, okay? Everything I've told you in today's video is factual, okay? Don't worry, relax. If you've got any questions, by all means, put them in the comments box below. I'll try answer them if I can. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, share it around with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, quite frankly, I haven't got a clue what the video is going to be next time. It might even be a Football Manager video if I can figure out my technical issues. Other than that, it may even be a fitness video. Don't hold your breath. Toodle pip.